Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphoneenvy. Got a great face-off for us today. Apple's iPhone 4S up against HTC's EVO 3D. Before we kick this off, I want to thank Best Buy Mobile for setting me up with this HTC EVO 3D. If you're in need of a smartphone, make sure you stop by Best Buy Mobile. All right, let's kick this off. Apple's iPhone 4S weighs in at 140 grams, features a 3.5-inch TFT backlit LCD display. Resolution 640 by 960. The display itself is scratch resistant. Upper left center, you've got a front-facing VGA camera, and below the display you've got one physical key, a home key. On the back, 8-megapixel camera with autofocus LED flash. Video capture is 1080p. The battery, 1430 milliamp hour battery rated at 8 hours of talk time. Up on top, 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. On the right-hand side is the cover for the SIM card slot. On the bottom, speaker or microphone, as well as a port for charging, syncing, and transferring data. On the left-hand side, you've got the volume buttons up and down, as well as the mute key. All right, HTC's EVO 3D weighs in at 170.1 grams. Features a 4.3-inch 3D Super LCD capacitive display with a QHD resolution of 540 by 960. Also offers Gorilla Glass. Upper right-hand corner, you've got a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. Below the display, you've got 4 touch-sensitive keys. Left to right, home key, main menu key, back key, and search key. On the back, you've got dual 5-megapixel cameras with autofocus, dual LED flash. Video capture is 720p. The battery, 1730 milliamp hour battery rated for 6 hours of talk time. Up on top, another microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. On the right hand side is the volume rocker, the switch to flip between 2D and 3D video and still camera capture. Your dedicated camera key. On the bottom is a microphone, and on the left hand side is the micro USB port. Alright, let's talk a little bit about processors on these two bad boys. First up, Apple's iPhone 4S offers a 1 GHz Apple A5 dual core processor. Most information will tell you it's been clocked back to 800 megahertz. On the EVO 3D, you've got a 1.2 gigahertz Qualcomm dual-core processor. As far as internal storage, iPhone 4S comes in 3 models, 16, 32, and 64 gigabytes of internal storage. EVO 3D comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and you can obviously expand internal storage an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of a micro SD card. RAM on the iPhone 4S, 512 megabytes. On the EVO 3D, it's 1 gigabyte. Wi-Fi, both offer 802.11b, and N. The EVO 3D also offers support for DLNA. Bluetooth on the iPhone 4S version 4 with support for A2DP. EVO 3D version 3 with support for A2DP. Both phones offer GPS with support for AGPS. Both phones can be used as Wi-Fi hotspots. Operating systems, iPhone 4S, iOS 5, EVO 3D, Android 2.3 Gingerbread. User interface on the iPhone 4S, iOS 5, and on the EVO 3D, HTC Sense. All right, next up, our unofficial speed test. Let's go in and close everything down here on the iPhone 4S first. And it should be just about done. There we go. All right, we're all done there. And on the EVO 3D, I've downloaded Advanced Task Killer, so let's go to the main menu here, find that. Let's kill everything here. Let's kick this off with the calendars, and we're off. iPhone 4S. Let's try Maps. iPhone 4S. Let's try the camera on both. Ready to shoot, that was the iPhone 4S. Let's try the galleries on both. Definitely the iPhone 4S. Let's try Gmail. iPhone 4S. Let's try messaging. iPhone 4S brings up a message for you to fill out, so that one's kind of hard to tell. Let's try the market on both. Again, they're both running up the same Wi-Fi network. And obviously that's the iPhone 4S. Let's try, let's go to third party. Let's do Netflix on both. And again, they're running off the same Wi-Fi network. Let's give this a spin, and then we'll try spooling up one video and see who can handle that. So far the iPhone 4S is shown to be quicker. Let's try MI5, and we're off. All right, here comes the iPhone 4S. All right, there's a look at our unofficial speed test. Next up, let's try a little artificial intelligence. What's the weather like in Chicago, Illinois?
Here's the forecast for Chicago, Illinois today through this Wednesday.
There's a look at both. Nice, they both came back with the same temperature in Chicago. Next up, text Craig, message, I'll meet you at Starbucks tomorrow at 4, ?
Here's your message to Craig Gillespie.
No problem for either one. They both handled that quite well.
Okay.
Meeting with John next Wednesday at 11:15 a.m.
I didn't find any meetings for November 2nd, 2011 at 11:15 a.m. with John. Shall I create it?
Yes.
All right. The meeting with John Sinclair is on your...
Set an alarm for 1 hour.
You already have an alarm set for 1 p.m. I turned it on.
Listen to Michael Jackson.
Sorry, I couldn't find Michael Jackson in your music.
What is 7% of 462 divided by 4?
I found this for you.
All right, let's try a little gaming on these two. I've got Raging Thunder set up on both. We'll kick this off with the iPhone 4S. And again, remember I'm doing this through a camera lens or around a camera, so don't expect much, including running in and getting wet to start. All right. Oh, I'm feeling good today, guys. Uh-oh, watch out. Ooh, that hurt. All right, iPhone 4S. All right, EVO 3D. Ooh, sort of lost it there. Alright, there's a look at a little gaming on both the iPhone 4S and EVO 3D. Next up, let's run our YouTube comparison, and we'll kick this off. Again, they're both running off the same Wi-Fi network. See who spools it up quicker and plays it.
Have you ever had the feeling that there's something bigger out there?
And we got a commercial on the...
Throughout space.
We got a commercial on the EVO 3D, but it did spool it up quicker. Let's try and find something else. All right, let's try the Samsung Nexus trailer, and we're off. And you would hope an Android phone would spool it up sooner. Here we go, and we're off. I think it's going to be the iPhone 4S this time. Alright, so there's our YouTube comparison. The EVO 3D spooled up and ran 2 out of the 3 videos quicker than the iPhone 4S. iPhone 4S did pick up on the last one. Let's take a quick look and let you decide which display you like better.